everyone, today I've got my Luca movie review. A sea creature wants to know what it's like to venture out of the sea and explore new territory and possibly go on an adventure. But wait, haven't we seen a movie like this before? So as far as the story goes, this latest Disney Pixar animated movie is a coming-of-age story about a boy who lives in the sea with a big secret that could affect his relationships with those that he meets on the surface. I basically went into this movie not really knowing much about it. I actually ended up avoiding the trailers, and that's a first for me, especially for a movie that is made from Disney and Pixar, because I just can't resist seeing what is the latest type of movie to come out. And this one definitely reminded me of The Little Mermaid in regards to, having that sea creature / human relationship and the parents being overprotective of their child and telling them that you can't go to the surface no matter what. And speaking of The Little Mermaid, I'll also have a video out talking about the new live action movie and about those set photos that were released, so be on the lookout for that. With this movie, I definitely got those Little Mermaid vibes, and it didn't take away from what made this movie special, because The Little Mermaid was its own thing, and this one I felt was a very simple plot, and it doesn't need to be your typical Disney Pixar extravaganza where something big and epic has to happen, and how some of those classic Disney movies are, where something's always going to happen. There's always going to be the protagonist, the antagonist, the villain and the hero, and something just has to be big and iconic, and I'm actually okay with that not exactly happening here. But it didn't actually mean it was a bad thing for a movie like this. It lets the story organically flow to give you a thoughtful movie with themes about friendship and acceptance of others' differences, and I think that's very important to discover in this day and age, and I think a lot of people would resonate with that. I know in a way this movie comes off as being relatable as well. So as far as the casting goes, now there were a lot of actors that I recognized either right away from hearing their voice as the character that they were playing, or I actually ended up, after watching the movie, I ended up looking up the cast list, and you've got a lot of big names here. Jacob Tremblay plays Luca, and I thought he did an excellent job in this role, as well as Jack Dylan Grazer, who plays Alberto. And I really love that this duo, this companionship that they have, and I really think they pull off that yin and that yang in the relationship. And even the girl character that was the human character in this movie, I thought she was really great as well, to sort of be the glue that holds the sea creatures together, basically. I also didn't know this at first, but apparently Sacha Baron Cohen voiced Luca's uncle, and I just thought he was pretty hilarious as well, and I'm not too surprised by that. You've got Maya Rudolph, Jim Gaffigan playing Luca's parents, Giacomo Gianniotti, who was DeLuca in Grey's Anatomy for fans of that show. There's one guy who calls himself Signor Vespa, who may not be your average villain type of role. Now, I didn't say that he was necessarily, there were any, necessarily villain type of characters, but he just, he had this interesting way about him and his motives, and he was just kind of mean. So he wasn't necessarily like a I need to take over the world type of guy. So the things that I liked about this movie was that it was cute. I actually enjoyed myself watching this movie, and I was laughing my head off throughout, and I think it definitely made me smile, as you can tell. It was just so cheerful, and I feel like I needed to see a movie like this, and even appreciating the attention to detail in the small Italian town called Porto Rosso, and the animation of this movie alone was just so beautiful to look at. And I've been to Italy before, so I was really impressed with what I saw and how they were trying to represent, you know, this type of area, as well as incorporating certain aspects about it. Like, it made me want to eat pasta and ride Vespas all day. I mean, let me tell you, I didn't get to do that much when I went to Italy, but this, you know, brought back a lot of memories. And I'll even admit, I might have teared up towards the end of the movie, and the way it made me feel was just so satisfying. So I just love this movie and appreciated what it was trying to share with the audience. So overall, I would say that I was pretty impressed with this movie. I probably wouldn't see it again anytime soon, but I think it is definitely one not to miss, and I think you'd really enjoy it. So I would highly recommend seeing this movie, and I would give this 5 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Disney and Pixar's Luca, and as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys later.